Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and ProCharge EV, prochargeev.com. I hope all of you are having a magnificent start to your Sunday morning. Let's see, finding all my links and getting everything set up. Hope everybody's had a really good start to your Sunday and a really good weekend as well so far. Hope you had a great Saturday. The Pels have finally, at long last, ended their losing streak. So we had the St. Jude school auction last night. So fun event. Got to see a lot of familiar faces. Got to help raise some money for the school where Erica works. And but we left the house, and it was halftime. It was halftime of the game. So we left the house, and the Pels had given up 70 points in the first half. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Now, they scored 62. I think it was 70. No, it was 72 to 61 at half. Pels allowed 72 in the first half. So scoring 61, you're going, okay, all right, I like it. But Pels, who have been just undone by third quarters during this losing streak, came out and fuego a 42-point third quarter to shrink that lead, and then they clamped down defensively, just allowed the Lakers 20 points in the fourth. So they finally end the losing streak. Brandon Ingram was awesome. Been waiting for that. He looked like Brandon Ingram. 35 points in 32 minutes. Give me more of that, please. So thank goodness. Like, you can sort of exhale. Losing streak's over. Now you can exhale and stop worrying about the losing streak and just start worrying about getting Zion healthy, getting into the All-Star break, and making a move. And it's interesting. Just that game right there pushed the Pels, who are out of the play-in, back into the 10 spot and moved the Lakers down to 13. It's crazy. The West is so crazy right now. But anyway, so that was good to see. And LSU basketball lost to Bama. Look, tip your cap to them. His team had beat them by 40 at Coleman Coliseum last month, and they came out and played really hard. They lost by 10, 79 to 69. But you're at home against a top 5 team in the country and played really, really hard. And one thing's for certain, people keep asking, is Matt McMahon lost the team, this or that? It's clear not, man. I mean, they are playing hard for him. They're just efficient, So, anyway, okay. Let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Appreciate y'all for being here as always. YouTube, please take a quick second, smash that like button. Facebook, please like the Matt Scone page, share the post. If you're new on YouTube, also please subscribe up to the channel if you haven't done so yet. All right. Oops, gotta get the... Wait, I don't think I shared this. Hang on. Boom, bada bing, bada bang, boom. Hang on, share this on Twitter quickly. There we have it. Okay. Oh wait, did I pin the Hudco thing already? I did not pin. I posted it, I did not pin it. I did pin it. Okay, never mind. Is Hudco pinned? It is pinned. Okay, my mistake. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's say some good mornings here. Jeff McKithen, what's going on? Truax, what's up, man? Good morning. Kelly Presley, Dylan Horn. Matt, who do you predict will be the starting catcher this year? So, Dylan, I think it is going to be very hard to keep Brady Neal off the field. But I'll say the same for Milazzo, and I don't know if you're following, but Jared Jones, I call him Bear Jones, has been hitting the crap out of the ball too. So I think all these guys are going to play. I think you could see a situation where maybe Brady Neal is your starting catcher, gets 3 ABs, and then if you're up, you bring in Milazzo as a defensive replacement. And I think there could be days where Milazzo, who is your best defensive option and who was starting to come along offensively last year when he got hurt, um, could catch for certain guys or in certain games where you feel like runs may be at a premium, and so you're going to go for defense. Um, I think it's possible you see that. You could the benefit there is you could keep those guys fresh because that's a position that does get worn down. When you're catching 3 games over a weekend or 4 or 5 games in a week, being able to rotate guys and keep them fresh is a good thing. I think the best example I could give, and there've been several over the years, but this is going back, but the way that it worked best was 2000, the national championship team. Cressy won the Johnny Bench Award, but it was primarily for his bat. He was a great offensive player. He was a good catcher, but Jorgensen wound up playing in the majors. So, Cressy and Jorgensen both played that year, and Cressy still won the Johnny Bench Award. But they found enough ABs and enough time for Jorgensen as well. Patrick McKenzie, Matt, did you see the Dickie V comment about the LSU court situation? I did, and I'm going to tell you, Patrick, we'll be keeping an eye on it. Dick Vitale basically came out. I'm sure Tim Brando told, and look, Dick and Dale Brown are very close. So I'm sure Tim Brando kind of gave Dick a heads up as to what was going on. So Dick Vitale put on Twitter about the court situation, and it's become an ugly public thing that didn't need to become an ugly public thing. Jason Horn, more Matt. Bad News Birds won again. Won, yes, they did. Shoe Gang, Team Drew. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that, man. Kelly Gross, what's up, Trey Fisher? Good morning. Got to see Trey Fisher last night at the St. Jude school auction. Trey Fisher, a.k.a. Colonel Pickering. One of the all-time funniest moments of the history of Morning Scone is when here live on the show, Erica realized she had been calling the EBR sheriff's deputy that patrols the school and is runs security at St. Jude, whose name is Trey Fisher, who you shared there. She had been calling him Colonel Pickering all along and had no idea that was not his name. And he had gone along with it for so long. Oh, man, that was good. Let's see. Craig Duga, Will Wade Field at Tiger Stadium, make it happen. Hashtag free Will Wade. I don't think Will Wade's getting freed, brother. And I like Will. Y'all know that. I like him personally. I love what he did for the basketball program. Well, the obvious ending notwithstanding. But, yeah, man, I don't think the NCAA is going to be kind there. We'll see. Breezy Bro, what up? Tim Forshey, good morning. Wife and I at Miami Airport headed to Barbados watching Morning Scone. All right, Tim, appreciate it, man. Y'all enjoy the trip. Good for y'all getting away a little bit. Ryan Dixon, Dugat minimum, I think needs to be in the DH spot. He's going to rotate, Ryan. He'll rotate it at second, and they're going to rotate DH. Here's the problem you have, Ryan. I think... and by the way, I'm not disagreeing that Gavin's going to play or needs to play somewhere, but it's just not going to be an everyday thing unless if he wrestles the job away. See, like, what do you do with Braden Joubert and his 18 homers? I'm telling you, Paul Skeens is going to pitch on Friday. They'll probably give him a rest day Saturday, and he's going to DH on Sunday. He's the third best hitter on your team behind Dylan Cruz and Tommy White. So I think, I'll say this again, man, the hardest thing for some of these veteran guys is going to be accepting a diminished role. And the problem, I'm not going to say a problem, Ryan, but I think the reason that you made the comment is just you haven't seen some of the other guys yet and who they brought in and why it's going to be so hard for some of these dudes to get on the field. Patrick McKenzie, when are you going to be at the Denham Rouses? So that's this Friday. This Friday, we'll be at Rouses in Denham. Y'all make plans for AFR. Y'all make plans to come see us. Bregman is launching statewide in Rouses on Friday his new Breggy Bomb barbecue sauce. So they're doing he's coming in town and he's bringing his Breggy Bomb like cooking team, and Rouses is donating a whole bunch of meat. They're going to cook like food for like 500 people. So AFR and Hunt Palmer show, by the way. Hunt and AFR Friday from Rouses in Denham. Y'all make plans to come out and see us. Michael Costello, Merrick Bethurn, Will, what's going on? Strong Side, good morning. Brad Johnson, good morning. Which app are you using for Nike drops? My wife has a nice Air Force One collection, trying to keep it going. Yeah, so both the Nike app and the sneakers app. I'll tell you what, it ended yesterday, but they had a 20% off code yesterday. It was like Love 20, and you could take 20% off certain items. So like I got a pair of shoes yesterday on that for like 45 bucks. So it was already discounted. You know, it was like $120 pair of shoes or something like that. That was already discounted. Then got another 20% off of it. So I got the shoes for like 45 bucks. I mean, if you hunt and you're actively engaged in it, you're going to find stuff like that. Like, I mean, I know I bought a lot of shoes, but I bought a lot of shoes for less than 100 bucks. Tom Grandin, good morning. Murder Giraffe, what's up? Jesse Brown, Dustin Blanchard, Greg T, what's going on? Bubba Tatum, buy Girl Scout cookies, LOL. So Bubba mentioned yesterday that he spent a big part of his day loading up Girl Scout, what did he say, 1,000 cases of Girl Scout cookies for his daughter down in Tampa. And he did, in fact, send a picture to me. A lot of Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, support Girl Scouts for sure. And you know what, Bubba? I'll say this, man. It's pretty incredible how the Girl Scouts of America have created that stronghold, right? That brand awareness to where everybody knows what Girl Scout cookies are. They expect them. They know which ones they like. They have charts and graphs and rating systems and polls about which is the favorite. Like, it's pretty incredible. You know, cookies. There's cookies, you know, but the little box with the little plastic tray that comes out and everybody, I mean, y'all know the drill. All right, where are we? Murder Giraffe, LSU does love losing by 10. I don't get it. You just mean about losing by double digits, because they lose every game by double digits. Yeah. Spider-Man 0863, good morning. By Smelt, they're delicious. Greg T, LSU men looked like a completely different team yesterday. If they could play like that the last 5 games, I think they could pick up a few wins. Look, they can beat Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina. They can win those 3 games. I don't know if they will, but they can. They can't beat Alabama. They can't beat Tennessee. They can't beat, you know, the teams at the top of the conference. But they can win. They can win those 3 games. Chance Babb and Raging Cajuns men's basketball is 20-4. Okay, congrats to them. Coach Nate Green, Joey Metge, good morning. Murder Giraffe, I didn't smash the like button. I gently caressed it. Well, thank you. In whatever form or fashion you do, in fact, click the thumbs up. It is appreciated if you're there on YouTube. All right. Tom Grandin, worst shooting team around the basket. I've seen a long time. Great effort, though. It's true. Look, and you were without Trey Hannibal in that game. Matt McMahon afterwards said it was a coach's decision not to play him. I don't know, very honestly, you know, what happened there, what he did, or why that decision was made. I tell you all often, I do my show for the audience and not for me. And there just aren't many people that are super interested right now in that basketball team. And I'm not going to say they're not interested in the program, because I think, you know, when they start winning, people will come back. But it's a tough sell right now to watch this team go through the struggles that they are. Let's see. Samuel Smith, Matt, will GameCoin ever get to 50 cents? If so, what's a realistic timetable? All your opinion. So, so you're not talking about GameCoin. You're talking about the token GMEX, which will be the currency used on the GameCoin platform. Is what you're referring to. I'd love to think that that's realistic, but ultimately, we'll have to see what the market decides once the platform's launched. Hey, babe.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Drew just said, Erica, it's your turn. You want to spin?
Erica, it's your turn. You want to spin?
Just a little bit.
Drew dreams about Wheel of Fortune. Like Wheel of Fortune's always on his mind because he watches it endlessly.
How you feel? Good?
Yeah. What? What? What?
What time are you leaving?
I think like 11.
Okay, y'all aren't gonna wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to my sister Alicia's in town. And she and I are going to drive to Lafayette to go see my brother. So we'll have a sibling lunch.
Oh,
We haven't done that in like, when was the last time we did? It's been a long time.
a year ago.
I don't know when that was.
It's last Christmas.
Last Christmas. It's been a year.
Y'all three live in different states. It's not that long ago. Whenever you
We don't live in different states. Brian lives in Louisiana.
well. Your sister does.
Yes. All right. So anyway, Samuel, as far I don't know. That's I would love to see that. I think getting back, excuse me. I think we will see new all-time high. Absolutely. You know, in the last bull run, it hit 4 pennies, and I absolutely believe we'll exceed that again. So I'm excited about it, man. You have people that are so committed to it, and the build-out's going great. We got a meeting on Wednesday, board meeting on Wednesday, and you know, we'll get an update from the developers. But like, I mean, it's happening. But GameCoin has an office, like a physical brick and mortar office in Baton Rouge, which looks fire, by the way. They're building out a streaming studio in there. You should see a lot of the graphics that they're doing for the walls, and like, it looks fire. It's gonna be so cool. Like, I mean, it's funny to me that people are like, oh, it's flash the pan, it's gone. But no. It's just most people bought GMEX because someone told them to, and have no idea what they bought. But man, it's very exciting. It's just, you got to be willing to play a long game. Let's see. Gregory Gordy said yesterday he just want the Pels to win 1 and break the losing streak. They did, man. I'm fired up for it. Kyle DeVille, good morning. Trivia Carter, West Bullich, Matt, does DraftKings SB Sportsbook have the option to buy a point? Ott is so right about the play, but can't figure out where it is in DraftKings. Yes, absolutely, Wes. So you have to, whichever game that you're trying to play, you have to click the game, right? And then there's a tab that says alternate spread. You hit the alternate spread tab, and then you'll see all the different lines where you can buy the point. Let's see. Kyle DeVille, in your opinion, who do you think will be the most upgraded team in the NFC South? Upgraded. Kyle, I feel like that's an impossible question to answer until I know what these teams do in the offseason, in free agency and the draft. So, you know, I don't know what they're going to do in the draft. So that's the really tricky part. But I'm not trying to avoid your question. But I mean, I guess it's hard. I think Carolina played really well late in the season. They're positioned to likely take a quarterback. And they got a really good offensive-minded coach, I think, in Frank Reich. So I would probably say Carolina if I had to pick today. Jeb Whitley, good morning. Hope you and E-Rock and Drew had a great weekend. Thank you, Jeb. Not over, man. We got a full day today. Steve Robertson, good morning. Talk about the Pelicans. Yeah, so we started there, Steve. Got to watch the first half. Had to go to a charity event last night, so I was just trying to follow along. But very glad to see the Pelicans snap the losing streak. Kind of what we talked about. Brandon Ingram needed to be Brandon Ingram, and he was again yesterday, which was fantastic to see. I'm not surprised that he had a little rust, you know, after having missed nearly a month. You know, but you saw BI last night finally look like the all-star that he is, and that's what this team needs, and that's why they were able to break through. You know, he had 35 points in 32 minutes last night. Just look at his last since he's been back, right? He shot 22%. Like, this tells you what you need to know, right? First game back against Minnesota, he shot 22% from the floor. Against Washington, he shot 36% from the floor. Against Denver, he shot 29% from the floor. Against Dallas, he had 26 points, shot 50% from the floor and 50% from three. And then yesterday, didn't make a three, but was 53% from the floor, scored 35 points in 32 minutes with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Like, if Brandon Ingram is giving you 35 a night and shooting better than 50% from the floor, you're going to win a lot of those games. And that's fantastic. Like, that's what, that's what we need to see. So, anyway. Paul Losi, good morning. Let's see, David Tolson, morning, Myrtle Beach, celebrating my daughter's 16th birthday at Topgolf. All right, David. Happy birthday to your daughter, and y'all enjoy. Man, what's the weather like in Myrtle Beach right now? Kirk Taylor, good morning. Let's talk about the Dale Brown court situation. Yeah, what do you want to talk about, man? I'm going to keep stressing that I hope everybody who is as disappointed that the governor and President Tate and Mary Warner are doing what they're trying to do will continue to reach out to the governor and pressure him to stand down, because it's very, like, it's just such a slap in the face to honor someone and then a year later come back and dishonor him. Like, Dale Brown didn't ask for the court to be named after him. It was something that LSU did. And this same exact board voted against co-naming the court and then voted to approve it and name it Dale Brown Court. They had the ceremony, they name it after him, and a year later, the same woman who, I'm talking about Mary Warner here, who's a board member, a very, very wealthy board member. She's she's the daughter of a wealthy politician, oil, gas, land man in the state. The guy's name is Buddy Leach. If you're not familiar, he died this past year. She didn't get her way, and so she continued to apply political pressure to get the governor to try to implore the board to change this. And so the governor had board members over to the governor's mansion to essentially tell them that he wanted them to change this. And Murder Giraffe said, rich people doing what they want. That's the point. That is Louisiana, back alley, private room politics, political favors that unfortunately we just have become so accustomed to in this state, and it sucks. It just sucks. Like, everyone, like, nobody's surprised by it, right? We all just shrug our shoulders and go, well, sounds like Louisiana. But, like, why do we just sit here and accept that that's the reality? And so you've got an 87-year-old man, and I will tell you candidly, like, this has put a lot of stress on Dale Brown, because he has had a lot of people, as we mentioned, the president of the university tried to get him to come out and say that it would be his idea, and he's been under a lot of pressure, and he's 87 years old, man. He's supposed to have this, and now for him, this great honor for him that they bestowed upon him, they have now stripped away the meaning of that for him. It's a shame, bro. It's like, every time I think about it, I get more and more pissed off. Anyway. So, I mean, I'll encourage you. Look, I put out a tweet. I put out a Facebook post. I tagged the governor. I tagged President Tate. I would encourage you all to go retweet it, to tweet at the governor, to share the Facebook post, to email the governor's office, to let them know your opinion on the matter. And the more that this can mushroom cloud into a negative, more likely to stand down. Hopefully that's what they do. But hopefully, y'all will, because everyone I talk to says how much it sucks and how disappointed they are, we'll like do something about it. Kirk, go in Lafayette today. Let me know. We're driving over. My sister and I are going to go have lunch with my brother and see his kiddos, our little nieces and nephews, and head back. So not a long day in Lafayette, but we need to do, Kirk, we need to do like a listener event in Lafayette soon. Stay tuned, man. I'm going to see if I can make something like that happen. Quentin Breakbill, what's going on? David Tolson, we didn't find the Chinese spy balloon. What is that all about? I've been seeing that on Twitter. I have no idea what that's about. Let's see. Austin Kidder, good morning. Hope you and the Morning Sconers had a great week. Hopefully, the Chinese spy balloon stayed away from LSU baseball practice. Yeah, what is the Chinese spy balloon? I don't know what this is. B. Lorkey, Pels ending their losing streak against the Lakers was poetic justice at its finest. Giraffe, Rouse's in Denim. That's my neck of the woods. I might come through. Come on, man. Again, this coming Friday, Hunt Palmer Show NAFR live from Rouse's in Denim. Bregman will be there. Launching his line of new line of barbecue sauce statewide in Denham. So we're looking forward to it, man. Friday before the Super Bowl, come pick up all your everything you need to cook for the Super Bowl at Rouse's. Come meet Bregman, take a picture. I'll tell you, I don't think he is able to sign autographs other than like on his barbecue sauce because of his trading card autograph whatever deal, like he can only sign for their stuff. I think I'm gonna get clarification on that, but he can certainly do pictures, and I think he can like sign the barbecue sauce and all that. But I know, so I want to make sure we have it because I hate for like people to bring kids to the baseball and he's not able to sign it. You know what I mean? So let me get clarification on that for sure. Hi, Drew. iPad. What are you gonna watch on the iPad? I bet I know. It'll either be Wheel of Fortune or it'll be Ryan Terrio. Randall Offrecht, morning, Scone. Oh, exercise. Drew watches exercise videos on YouTube as well. It's like these animated exercise videos for kids, like now do toe touches, jumping jacks. Smash that like button if you would. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. After hours clinic, open nights and weekends as an alternative to the ER. So if you need an orthopedist, go see Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. I got a great message from a listener asking if we do metal roofs in Laplace. Absolutely, we do, statewide. So wherever you are, 318-337-225-504, go to the website and you'll see the phone number there at the top to call the number nearest you, the office nearest you, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Randall Offreg, morning, do you believe Derek Carr is a franchise quarterback? I believe he was a franchise quarterback. Do I think he is still a very good starting quarterback in the NFL? I do. I do not, however, think Derek Carr is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. So take that for what it's worth. TJ Reed, Pels, yes, sir. Murder Draft, the Samoas hit different. I agree. But I think they changed the name again. Didn't they go back to Caramel Delights? Dalton Barnett, I live at the Pels yesterday because the morning's going plus 4.5 money line cash. Let's go. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Hope the wedding was great. Brennan Huff prepping some ribs to go to the smoker. Erica, could you please turn that down? Let's see. Wendell Norman, good morning. Shelby Kelly, love seeing Gavin have a good first day back. 17th can't get here fast enough. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so Gavin Dugas had eye surgery, and he homered yesterday in his first scrimmage back. As I saw Leah Van tweet, homered off the top of the scoreboard, which is awesome. Brett DeGrow, morning, Matt. Went to the baseball scrimmage. A lot of good on good. Team is talented and deep. I felt good about my 44-12 and 22-8 prediction. I like both those numbers. Dat Cajun, Steen's cane syrup, greater than. Richie B, you can build off a 10-point loss to the eventual SC championship. You can't build off a 40-point loss. No moral victories, but maybe kind of there are. Let's see. Dalton, let's see. I maybe watched 3 LSU basketball games since Will Wade left. Why was he let go? I never fully understood why he had to go. When Will Wade was suspended, and Joe Leva was fired, they hired Scott Woodward. Scott reinstated Will Wade with an amended contract, whereby if LSU was hit with a notice of allegations, they could fire Will Wade for cause. Meaning they could fire him and wouldn't know him anything. So LSU got hit with their NOA, and so they fired Will Wade. And I know there's a lot. Look, Will Wade is very popular. I get it. Like Will Wade a lot, mostly because he won. He was also on a federal wiretap talking about paying players. So, my stance all along was I'm not naive. I've heard the wiretap. We've all heard it. We know what's on it. But I also know, as bad as the optics look, they found no evidence of anything ever. And I know they shook down, they being NCAA and federal investigators, shook down everybody and never found evidence of payments. But if the NCAA wants their pound of flesh, you're not going to sacrifice your entire athletic department for Will Wade. So they didn't. I mean, the LSU football investigation has dragged out for years because had LSU been hit with level 1 violations in 2 sports, they could hit you with lack of institutional control, and then that's terrible because lack of institutional control means they can come in and they can pull back the curtain on everything they want. Meaning the NCAA, every sport, looking at everything. And if you have like just carte blanche to look at whatever you want, and you're looking for something, you're gonna find something. And LSU is very much trying to avoid that. So, I mean, y'all gonna be pissed about it. I get it, but bottom line is, Will Wade was sloppy, man. I like Will, but had he had an assistant coach making that phone call instead of him, he might still be the coach here today. Dat Cajun, what's going on? Samuel Smith, Erica, come see. I'll come back to your question, Samuel. Dustin Blanchard, what's going on? Gregory Gordy, y'all need to take a trip with Drew to Cali and see where they film Wheel of Fortune. Huh? She dropped a glass straw. Who has glass straws? I'm saying I can't ask her that. I just read it. Gregory Gordy. Y'all need to take a trip with Drew to... We read that one, sorry. Dalton Barnett. Drew dreams of Wheel of Fortune. Buying vowels in your dreams is a power move. Yeah. Like he watches Wheel of Fortune puzzles all the time. And so like he, it's like he wakes up and he's just like, Erica, it's your turn. I like to spin. Spin us off. Like he just repeats things he hears on Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Danny Braywick, is that the one that got married during football season? My brother, yes. My brother is the one that got married during football season. Actually, my sister did too. They both did. Alicia got married on a Friday, and Brian got married on a Saturday. Yes, they did. They both got married during football season. Where did they go wrong? Dat Cajun, barbecue and steaks and oysters. Later, bar. All right, man. Enjoy your day. Chance Babin, Coach Prime is bright and shiny object. Will it last for recruiting? Juwan Johnson committed yesterday. I don't know if LSU will sign him, Chance. Yeah, Juwan Johnson's an athlete from Louisiana who signed with, or committed, I should say, to Colorado yesterday. I have no idea where the kid will sign. And as I'll always say, there's plenty of good players. Just get enough of them. Dustin Blanchard. Let's see, Wilk, what was Saban thinking with Tommy Rees? Young, what? Young offensive guy. I think Tommy Reese has done a good job at Notre Dame as the OC. Brant Roban, good morning. Kyle DeVille, awesome Pels game. Listened to it on the radio. What a way to win. Tom Granny. It was very odd when they did it that they put it on the side of the court out of bounds. Oh, you mean Dale Brown's name? Yeah. Well, if you remember, Tom, the reason was they said they didn't want to put a sticker on the floor because players could slip on the sticker, and they didn't have time to have the panel of the floor remade with the signature painted on there. So that's why initially it was the sticker on the side, and then they redid the floor. Murder Giraffe, even if they don't add Sue Gunter's name, it's all tainted. But you know what Murder Giraffe, what I will say is if you look ahead to future generations, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, the name will still be on the court and nobody will remember this fiasco. You know what I mean? DA Matt, if the Saints pick Hendon Hooker, being we have absolutely no really good OC, could the Saints rehire Lombardi as the quarterback coach? They could, but keep in mind about maybe Sean Payton. That's what's going to be interesting about Sean Payton, right? How many of Sean Payton's former assistants does he take with him to Denver? That'll be interesting. Richie B, read Dale Brown Court. Instead of being an honor to him, it's now become a burden to him. That's a good way, a fair way to put it, Richie B. Edward O, Nussbus Driver, what's up, man? Dustin Blanchard, Chano Matt, good morning. I feel bad for Dale Brown. If it were me personally at age 87, I'd be like, hell with it. Give the name to someone else. I'm too old for this crap. Some people say, well, why wouldn't, Dale, just come out and say, just do it? Well, first of all, he didn't ask for the court to be named in his honor. And there are processes that you follow. Like LSU has a committee and Hall of Fame committee and rules and procedures that have to be followed to have these things done. And he can't just say, hey, put Sue Gunter's name on it. Like, there's it took years to get Dale Brown Court passed. Work of a lot of people to get it, brought up on the board agenda and to get the votes to pass it and all that sort of stuff. Like, man hasn't coached in 25 years. And so the fact that one rich person is now pressuring with her money the governor to intervene about naming a basketball court, what are we doing? Like, every time I talk about this, every single time I talk about this, I keep going back to the one big question of why? Why? Like, why this? Why is Mary Werner so adamant and so bullish on this? Why is this the fight that she's picking about? If you want to honor Sue Gunter, my goodness, like, great. Let's find a way to honor Sue Gunter. I mean, she's got a shrine in the concourse of the PMAC. She's got a statue, and they got trophies and pictures, and it's got a banner, and they're like, Sue Gunter is honored in the Maravich Center. You want to name a building? Name a building after her. Name a street. There's plenty of ways you can honor her without dishonoring Dale Brown. That's the point. But it just doesn't make any sense at all, man. Doesn't make a lick of sense. It is just a rich woman throwing a tantrum because she didn't get her way, and it sucks. Like, I mean, what can y'all imagine? So I looked this up. There's a library in Vernon Parish where the children's wing is named after Mary Warner's dad, Buddy Leach, who's a politician. What if someone came along and said, hey, Mary, we're going to co-name the children's wing of that library the Buddy Leach fill-in-the-blank politician library? I mean, she'd be livid. I mean, it's just so stupid. Anyway. Let's see. Love seeing Brandon Ingram get off on his old team. Yep. LeBron and Davis both played great. It wasn't enough. Yep. Trivia Carter, do you think Shaq can come out and support Dale Brown? I will tell you this trivia, and I didn't say this on the air the other day, but I'll say it now. Well, a lot of people have asked about that, and Dale has been adamant, like he's not calling Shaquille. Dale doesn't want to fight. Like he doesn't want. I mean, he's 87 years old, man. He ain't trying to get people to go do his bid for like it. But I have a feeling Shaq's going to find out if he hasn't already, and I tend to agree that if Shaq makes a phone call, it probably is over. But we'll see. Raymond, morning Scone, the Lady Tigers on upset alert today. Man, they were close the other day, weren't they? Maybe that was the letdown spot after the Tennessee game. But I get it. Before you're going to South Carolina, you play today, and big one next Sunday against Gamecocks. So Raymond, I would tend to think no, because last week was your letdown spot, or last game against Georgia was your letdown spot. But we'll see. The LSU men's basketball played better than you expected yesterday. Yeah, I think, look, I mean, you lost by 40 the first time that team. You came home and lost by 10. They played really well. Cortland, is still going to be tough to recruit until the punishment comes down. Probably. Trivia, my wife has glass straws. Let's see, Dad Cajun. Every game Zion misses puts him one step closer to being a bust. The difficult part about saying that, Dad Cajun, is that when he's on the floor, he is generational.
Okay.
What?
Sorry. I dropped a glass straw. Shattered. A lot of glass.
Who has glass straws?
A lot of it. Take a poll. A lot of people have glass straw.
Who has glass straws? If you have a glass straw, let me know. And the question for you wasn't like a real question. It was about remember the necklace with the coordinates or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Did he do it?
I don't know, but the guy was like, I don't know if that was the same guy.
Oh, I remember his name. It was,
The guy who asked the question was Samuel Smith. Yeah, that wasn't it. But he's like, what if someone met on Tinder? Do they put like the app logo on?
I love it. Yeah. The little like, the thing that looks on your phone, like the app logo.
I don't have Tinder.
Well, neither do I, Matt. But like that, like.
Oh, really?
Like, the Instagram, whatever the app on your phone looks like. Instagram's little camera.
The logo, yeah.
The logo, that's what I'm trying to say, yeah. Tastes better than a glass straw, man. There's lots of people with glass straws.
All right. Danny Brewick, my older sister, got married during the LSU Florida game every year on their anniversary. Remind them. I wouldn't go. Cortland, Saban hired a guy who knows his toughest competition in the division very well. You see, Cortland, there's maybe some thought to that, Cortland, but I would say, doesn't it? It works maybe even better the contrary, where Brian Kelly knows Tommy Reese. So, okay. Cortland build a women's arena. They're never going to do that. You can't justify it, Cortland. The amount of money you'd have to. First of all, where would you put it? Second of all, you're not going to construct a women's only arena because you'll never pay it off. All those sports, all the women's sports lose money. So the only two, we have three revenue generators at LSU. You have football, men's basketball, and baseball. It would be wonderful if you could get the other sports to a point where they just broke even. And women's basketball could do that. Gymnastics could maybe have a possibility of doing that, but they'd have to raise ticket prices. And if you do that, does it hurt your attendance? I don't know. But they're never going to build a women's only arena. Let's see. Edward O. Saints aren't picking Hooker. I don't know, man. Maybe not. I don't know how they value him, but I understand why Saints fans continue to push for that. It makes a lot of sense. He's a really good player, and he's probably going to be the best quarterback available when the Saints are picking. So they'll have an opportunity to pick him. Let's see. All right, smash that like button. 117 watching live on YouTube, only 47 likes. 16 of y'all still hanging out on Facebook. Appreciate that. Ryan Thibodeau, in the last week, there's been a large balloon that's been flying at 60,000 feet from China over Alaska, Canada, Montana. to the East Coast, we finally shot it down. Allegedly a Chinese spy balloon. Got it. Bubba Smith, what's going on? Kirk Taylor, don't stop at Sue. What about D.D. Bro? Well, D.D. Bro is one of the ones who's pushing for this as well, which always makes me chuckle because if you ask people candidly at LSU about D.D. Bro, many of them just roll their eyes. Anyway, and D.D. Bro has been very involved despite insisting on the record to Jeff Mark she's not, when there are, his public records request has clearly found that D.D. Bro has been very involved also. Hang on one second. All right, y'all. I have to wrap up here in a minute because I got a shower change. I got to get over to I'm going to Lafayette with my sister to go see my brother. So a little sibling lunch today. Yeah, but Kirk, to your point also, like the absurdity. Like you want to co-name it Dale Brown, Sue Gunner Court. Well, Van Chancellor went to 2 Final Fours. Pokey Chapman went to 3. So why don't, and then eventually Kim Mulkey's going to win a natty, right? So how about the Brown, Gunter, Chapman, Chancellor, Mulkey floor? Just run names all around the length of the floor. So stupid. Larry Connor, Matt, do you know if Hooker was in a pro-style offense at Tennessee? In your opinion, how does his skill translate to the pros? I mean, Larry, pro-style doesn't really exist anymore. In the sense of under center, 3-step drop, live in the pocket, never move. It's just not how offense is played anymore. Tennessee runs spread concepts, but it's more about timing, accuracy, arm strength. Can you push the ball down the field? Can you move the pocket when you need to? And can you make plays with your feet? And he can do all those things. Brett DeGroat, Matt, I'm sure your brother and sister are great people, but for getting married during football season, they get to kick rocks. Alicia got married on a Friday, and that was actually, we were in Houston when Drew was in the hospital, so I drove in. Like, I woke up Friday morning, drove in, went to the wedding Friday night, crashed, woke up at like 5 o'clock on Saturday, and drove right back to Houston. It was the only time I left Houston when we were there with him. And then Brian got married on LSU's open date. So it worked out. I didn't have to miss a game for either. Next year, Saints quarterback will either be Andy Dalton or Derek Carr. Yeah, Shane O'Mac, I'll be curious to see it. I think what the people mentioning Derek Carr, because Derek Carr is likely going to have options, right? And the Saints may not be his best option. So the Raiders are going to release him, so he'll be able to sign wherever he wants and pick the best option. I don't know that the Saints are going to be the best option. Brown Bear 765 Mortimer Matt just got back from a 2-week cruise on the USS Baton. Been completely cut off from everything. What are the biggest sports news stories of the last 2 weeks? Tom Brady retired. The Pelicans last night snapped a 10-game losing streak. And Sean Payton is now the coach of the Denver Broncos. And the Saints got a first-round pick for him. Richie B, my wife bought metal straws, claims she's saving the planet with reusable straws. I mean, you have reusable straws that aren't metal or glass. I mean, there are those like rubber straws. I like those, like the smoothie straws. Let's see. I got to get going, y'all. Danny Braywick, me and my wife got married at Hemingway's house in Key West. I got those coordinates on a bracelet for her. That's cool. That's cool. I drink natties. You don't need straws. Gregory Gordy Drew, sing us a tune. I got to go quickly, Alex. I got to get going. Dad Cajun, where y'all eating? I don't know. I make a suggestion. I'm sure I'll just ask my brother where he wants to go. So if you have Lafayette lunch location suggestions, let me know. Alex Barnes, a Ring of Honor with names around the stadium would be a good idea. Fine. Perfect. I love it. Do that. Just don't change the name of the court that you've already honored with someone with that. You've already bestowed that honor upon somebody. Don't change that. That's stupid. Matt, what do you think of Max Duggan? Is he worth a mid-round pick? Honestly, Raymond, I can't say that I know enough about Max Duggan. he kind of came on this year after an injury to the other cat. I loved his competitiveness. I don't know if physically he's an NFL quarterback. And I didn't watch the Senior Bowl practices this week, so I'll be very interested to read up more on him. I will just tell you candidly, I just don't know enough about him. Uncle T's Oyster Bar. Okay. Uncle T's Oyster Bar. Pops, Po' Boys, French Press, Viva La Waffle, Social Southern Table. Okay. I tell you, man, I do love Lafayette, man. Every time I go to Lafayette, I love it. I love Archer Donardo Field. I love the people in Lafayette. I love the culture in Lafayette. I love the food in Lafayette. Lafayette is a gem in this state, man. It's and it has maintained so many of the like small town America qualities, despite being not a huge city, obviously, but a city with a university and so. Yeah, that's fine. Look forward to it. Okay, I got to go, y'all. I got to go jump in the shower and get dressed. So thanks so much for watching. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. After Hours Clinic is open today. Walk-ins welcome. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. You know the drill. Would love to give you a free, no-obligation roofing inspection. Hudco is pinned in the chat on both YouTube and Facebook. So click that link. And Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. If you have pain, I'm telling you, book a session with Crystal Poche. I'm going on Wednesday. And ProCharge EV charging stations. Learn more, ProChargeEV.com. Okay, y'all have an awesome Sunday. We'll see you. Peace.